Hey, welcome everybody. CP Cards and Dice here, and we're ready to start a game. This is my 15th game for a project that I'm doing with 6 other managers, and we are replaying the 1980 Oakland A's season. I'm doing 16 games, and in the first round and the second round, I'm doing another 16 games, so 32 game total. And this is Fall Classic Baseball PDF. It is the first game of I think it's a 4-game set against Baltimore. I only played 2 games, and then I leave it to somebody else. And we are at Baltimore. And managers Earl Weaver. They had 100 wins, so they're going to be a challenge for the A's. We're 6-8 so far in the games that I played with the A's. Using iScore to keep the stats. It's going to be Henderson in left field, Dwayne Murphy, the center fielder, and Jeff Newman, the first baseman. Randy Elliott, DH. Tony Armas batting 5th in right field. Mike Keith, the catcher. Mario Guerrero batting 7th, the shortstop. Pete Chilot at second base, batting 8th, and Dave McKay at third base today. He usually plays second, but he's playing third. Brian Kingman is on the mound for the A's. He'll be facing Mike Flanagan, the lefty. And we're going to roll now to see which of the 3 columns Mike Flanagan is going to be on. Actually, I'd like to roll first for the A's. That's usually how I do it. And it's an 11, so he's going to be a B. So Kingman. It's going to be a B pitcher, and then Flanagan. It's going to be a C pitcher. There you go. Now that means a little bit. Doesn't, you can have an A pitcher that can get bombed, or you can have a C pitcher that can pitch very, very well. So we'll see what happens. We're going to start pulling fast action cards to minimize the dice rolls and minimize the sound. And play ball. Yells the umpire. Here's Ricky Henderson. He's a right-handed hitter. That's a 24. 24 is going to be a 1-5 hit by pitch. 1-5 hit by pitch, and it's a 13, so it's going to be an out. Kind of an out to grounded short. And that is Kiko Garcia playing shortstop, and he throws out Henderson, the speedy Ricky Henderson, who's, I believe, 62 years old. I saw that somewhere yesterday, and I was surprised. I thought he was much older than that. Dwayne Murphy, he's a left-handed hitter. He's a second-place batter. Had a lot of walks. Had 100 walks. I believe both he and Henderson had each had 100 walks that season. All right, so 54. 54 is going to be a check on a wild. So base is empty. It's a fly ball to right field. Check for the error on the right fielder, Kenny Singleton. And we're going to do that right now. Let's find Baltimore. You got sheets that gives me all the information. So Kenny Singleton is going to be a 4 error. So it's doubtful that it's a 9. So he's going to run that down in right field, fly to right. And Kenny Singleton in the corner makes a nice running catch. Snow cone catch, but A nice catch nonetheless. Now let's just double check, make sure I read that right. Yep. If there was an error, I'd go to the exotic error chart. Otherwise, a fly out. All right. Jeff Newman, he usually plays against lefties, plays first base. He is normally a catcher for the A's, but when the A's face a lefty, Billy Martin wants to get as many righties into the lineup as possible, and he'll put Newman at first base and leave Mike Heath to catch or Jim Hessian to catch. And here's the pitch. There's 2 outs in the inning. Nobody's on. 56. 56 is a blank. We go over to Flanagan C, and that's a strikeout. Flanagan gets him on a curveball, and that retires aside. Here's Al Blumberry. Al Blumberry's 318 hitter against Brian Kingman. Here's the first pitch against Blumberry. It's a 64. 64 is a blank. We go to the B. It's going to be an out. It's going to be a line out to center field. Dwayne Murphy barely moves. 1 away. Next is Kiko Garcia, right-handed hitter. That's a 21. 21 is a strikeout, so Garcia downswing. And 2 outs. Kenny Singleton, 25. 25 is going to be an out. A line out to left field. Pulls one, but right at the left fielder. Hangs up just enough for him to get his hand on it. And that retires the side there. We go to the top of the second. That was a quick first inning playing fall classic baseball. If you have any questions about the game, please feel free to comment in the appropriate place on YouTube. And here goes Randy Elliott. Randy Elliott is unusual because he's been playing in this 16-game segment that I'm replaying, and he's been playing, and he had 39 at-bats with a 128 average that season in 1980. All right, we are in second column now, so it's a 22, and that is going to be a fly ball, deep right field on the run of Singleton. Will he get there? Yes. So Randy Elliott goes the opposite field, and it's Tony Armas, 1 away. It's a 24, and that's a potential hit by pitch on a 1 or a 2, and it's not going to be, so it's going to be a ground ball to short. Garcia over to first, 2 down. Mike Heath, it's a 43. 43 is a blank, but if you look at Flanagan, it is going to be a fly to right. Kenny Singleton again settles under it. Go to the bottom of the second. Eddie Murray. Actually, no. Eddie Murray, I believe, batted, right? Wait a second. I have to fix the lineup. Eddie Murray should be up right now. And I have Pat Kelly, so let me just switch it. Let me switch Murray and Pat Kelly. Pat Kelly. Actually, you know what? Pat Kelly's after Crowley. It's Crowley and then Pat Kelly. Let me double check the lineup. I just want to make sure I'm playing it right. Yeah, it's Pat Kelly, Terry Crowley. Okay, it's Pat Kelly, then Terry Crowley. All right. And it's Eddie Murray right now. He's a switch hitter batting from the left side against Brian Kingman. It's going to be 19. Wait a second. That's I looked at the wrong number. It's a 56. 56 is a blank. We look at the B, it's a strikeout. So fastball gets Eddie Murray. He heads back to the bench. And it's Pat Kelly, left-handed hitter. Pat Kelly batted 260 in 200 at-bats. That's a 16, and that's a swing and a miss, 2 down on strikeouts. So Kingman's looking good early on. And here's Terry Crowley, another lefty. Terry Crowley with a 288 batting average and 12 home runs in about half the season. And that is a 45. 45 is a blank. We go to the B, and that is a hard hit ground ball, opposite field. Dave McKay scoops it. Go to first in time, and that retires the side. Easy inning for Brian Kingman. Here's Mario Guerrero, right-handed hitter. Pitch from the lefty Flanagan, 35. 35 is a blank. On Flanagan is a ground ball and through the left side. Pat Kelly plays it in to Kiko Garcia, and we have a base runner, Mario Guerrero. That's the first hit of the game. Playing fall classic baseball. One of the nicer games and one of the better designed games out there. Got a lot of results, a large variety of potential plays that can happen without really bogging down the game. It plays very fluid, very seamlessly. And it's Robbie Piccolo. He's actually a really good bunter. And you know what? I'm going to try a bunt. And it's really easy to bunt with this game. You're supposed to go one at a time. That's a good bunt. And it gets the man to second base, just like that. That's the way bunting should be. It's either good or it's not, but you don't need a book. I don't need a 12-page book to figure out if my bunt is successful. I mean, I've written about this in essays before. I've talked about how there's really 4 outcomes when you bunt. You either strike out, or that includes foul out. You bunt into a fielder's choice. You bunt successfully, right? I just don't. And then everything else is an anomaly, right? An error, or double play. Those things happen, but they don't happen. It's not a typical outcome. So it's either a good bunt or a bad bunt in terms of a strikeout or a pop-up. And of course, you could have a pop-up to the catcher, but that potentially could lead to a double play. Those are the 4 things that happen, right? Pop-up, the foul-out, strikeout, and then the good bunt or the fielder's choice. And anything else is just an anomaly, which is more of an unusual play. And that Piccolo is going to bunt Guerrero to second base. It's going to be a 1-4. Actually, what do we roll? We rolled a 2, so it's a 2-4, but that's okay. So the runner advances, so we got a runner in scoring position. He is not a fast runner, or is he? That's important. You're going to have to check that, and he's an average runner. Okay, so we know that. Here's Dave McKay against Mike Flanagan. See if McKay can drive him home. That's we're in the 3rd inning, so it's going to be a 61. 61 is a blank, so we look at Flanagan. 61 is a strikeout. So McKay goes down swinging. And at the top of the order, here comes a 300 hitter, Ricky Henderson. Henderson grounded out in the 1st inning. Here's the pitch from Flanagan. It's a 44 line drive base hit for Ricky Henderson. Will Guerrero score with 2 outs? And he does. Around to score is Guerrero, and the A's have taken the lead. Ricky Henderson comes through, and of course, Henderson's always a threat to steal. And we're going to check on him. Let's see. We're going to check the catcher first. The catcher is an S arm. Look at that. He's got an S arm, so it's going to be a -2. Keep it simple. So Ricky Henderson has a steal rating of 16, so it's going to be a 14. There goes Henderson. The throw down, not in time. He slides in under the tag. So it's a stolen base for Henderson. Single and a stolen base, and you got another A athletic in scoring position. That easy. Dwayne Murphy, the left-handed hitter, he flied out in the 1st inning. Top of the 3rd, 1-0 A's. Here's the pitch. It's a 31, and that is a ground ball up the middle, and Kiko Garcia can't get a glove on it, and it's into center field. We'll see now if the speedy Henderson will score, and he does. 2-0. Athletics. And it's going to be Jeff Newman, a right-handed hitter. He's 0 for 1. He struck out. Here's the pitch from Flanagan with 2 outs. Still only 2 outs. There's a 2-out rally going here. 33. That's going to be a line drive. I believe it's going to be a line drive, and it is. Base hit, center field. And let's see if Dwayne Murphy, who's fast, goes to 3rd. Well, if the right fielder's arm is a W, actually, or an A with 2 outs, he'll go to 3rd. Kenny Singleton is an A, so there goes Murphy to 3rd base, running on contact with 2 outs. And Jeff Newman here under a 44 result is going to All right, so it's first and third, and it's Randy Elliott. Here's a pitch. Let me look at this a second. Hold on. It was a hold on a second. It's a 33. That's what I thought. And okay, right. It was a 33, which I'm right. And the 33 says that Jeff Newman can try an attempt to steal. And Newman is a stolen base of a 9 minus 2 is a 7, but we are the A's, the 1980 A's, so we are going to go. And he is out at second base. So Newman is thrown out trying to steal. Caught stealing, and it's going to be with a righty up. It's going to be a 2-4. And that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 2-0 A's. Doug DeCinces is up. It's going to be DeCinces, Dempsey, and Dower. If you're a Baltimore Oriole fan, I don't know if you remember those guys. DeCinces, Dempsey, and Dower. Well, if you are an Oriole fan, you definitely remember those guys. Let's look at our little scoreboard. And let's put in the data. It is the bottom of the third inning. And it's 2-0 A's here in Baltimore. Here's the pitch of DeCinces. It's a 36. 36 is a blank. 36 is a line out right field. Armas snags it. Here's Dempsey. 35. 35 is a blank. 35 is right-handed hitter. Grounds one to short. Guerrero with the backhand. Long throw to first. In time. 2 down. And Rich Dower, another righty. It's a 13. 13 is going to be a ground ball to third. And McKay up with it. Low throw, scooped out by the first baseman Newman to retire the side. We go top of the fourth. Randy Elliott's leading off. He was at bat when Newman was thrown out, attempting to steal. All right, here goes. Fourth inning at 65 off Randy Elliott. That's the deep fly ball, center field. Al Bunbury on the run, and he tracks it down at the track. So Elliott gives it a ride. Here's Armas. Armas with a 54. That's a bases empty wild chart. It's a sky pop to shortstop. Rain chart, row 1d6, 1 to 5. Clouds are moving in. And it's clouds are moving in. So that was a high fly pop out to the shortstop. So it's 2 down. And here's Mike Heath. Mike Heath is 0 for 1. It's a 55. That's going to be a ground ball. And through the left side, it's a left field for Pat Kelly. And Heath is on with a single. Here's Guerrero. 22. And that is going to be a 22 is going to be a ground ball to second. A ball that Dower does get to. Flips to shortstop. Kiko Garcia to retire the side. All right, Al Bunbury. Here's a pitch from Brian Kingman in the bottom of the fourth. It's 2-0 A's. And bottom of the fourth, 55. That's going to be a potential triple. And no, it's going to be a base hit single. It's cut off by Murphy in center. Bunbury's on at first. And he does have, he's not stealing on this one though. All right, here's Kiko Garcia. And that's going to be, we are in the fourth, so it's a 15. 15 is a hard hit ground ball to shortstop. Guerrero flips to Pichulo, the relay to Newman, and that is in time for a 6-4-3 double play. Soul-crushing inning ending. No, not inning ending, but definitely soul-crushing. That's Kurt Berglund. And Kenny Singleton. Batting lefty with nobody on. 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. 41, that's a blank. 41 for Kingman, and that's a base on ball. So Kenny Singleton's on at first. And here's Eddie Murray, another switch hitter. So 21. 21 is going to be line one hopper at the shortstop. Guerrero, who flips to Piccolo to retire the side. 6-4. Going to go top of the fifth. Let's look at our scoreboard. Top of the fifth, we're just changing the inning. It's still 2-0 A's. Piccolo's leading off. Here's the pitch. It's an 11, and that is a ground ball. Slow roller to the shortstop. Garcia, who charges it and throws on the run to get Piccolo. One down. Dave McKay. And that is a potential hit by pitch, and he is plunked. Yes, he is. He trots down to first base. The trainer checks in with Dave McKay. And here's going to be Ricky Henderson. Henderson is 1 for 2, ground ball and a single. It's a 61. 61's a blank. 61's a strikeout. So Henderson, with a big swing, strikes out. 2 down. Dwayne Murphy, left-handed hitter, 1 for 2 today, flat out and singled. Here's the pitch. That's a 56. 56 is a blank, and that's a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Flanagan. Brian Kingman in the bottom of the fifth. Pitching a shutout, one-hit shutout. Fall Classic Baseball. Pat Kelly. Here's the pitch, a 53. That's going to be a range check. So we're going to roll to see Kingman on a 1-3. It's a strikeout, and we don't get it. So it's going to be a 19. It's going to be a base hit, unless the guy's a 20. I don't know if that's possible. It's a single past the shortstop, and our shortstop range. Who's up? Kelly. Our shortstop range for the A's is Guerrero, who is a 10. So 19 is way above that. So it gets past Guerrero into left field. It's a single for Pat Kelly. Leadoff single. Brings up the tying run. Terry Crowley. He's got power. Here's a pitch. That's a 44. That's a line drive. See if. And they're going to stop Kelly at second base. Base hit for Terry Crowley. So the O's have something going here in the bottom of the fifth. Doug DeCinces. And he's a pretty good bunter, but he's got some power. He's hit 16 home runs, so we're going to swing away with him. And again, we're looking at 5. That's a 12. And we're going to see what that is. A fly ball. Center field, Dwayne Murphy. And Pat Kelly's tagging up. He's going to go to third on that. I like to see that. Guys moving on the bases. I hate to see when the bases are stagnant. And Rick Dempsey. Rick Dempsey's a right-handed hitter. He batted 262 with 9 home runs and 362 at-bats. He's 0 for 1 today, grounded out, so this is his second time at the plate against Brian Kingman. Brian Kingman with runners on first and third. Infield halfway, looking for the double play. It's 2-0 A's. Fall Classic Baseball. That's a 24. 24 is a potential hit by pitch on a 1-5, and we got a 17. So that's going to be a fly ball. Center field. Is this going to be deep enough? Yes, it is. Deep enough, and then we can even risk to go to third. No, that's it. So it's deep enough for sacrifice fly, and that's going to be the first run for the O's here in the game. 2-1 to score. And up comes Rich Dower. Rich Dower batted 284. Not too shabby with 2 home runs and a full season of play. So he's not really a power guy. That's obvious. But Crowley's on at first. 2 outs. 2-1 A's. And here's the pitch from Brian Kingman. That's a 63. 63 is going to be a fly ball again. Center field. Racing in is Murphy, and he gets there. Nice read on that. And we go top of the 6th now. It's 2-1 A's. And the A's are bringing up Newman, Elliott, and Armas. Top of the 6th. Let's fix the scoreboard. 2-1 Oakland A's here visiting in Baltimore. And here's the pitch to Newman from Flanagan. It's a 36. 36 is a blank, and a 36 is a line drive base hit left center field, played by Bunbury. So Newman is on with a single. It's his second hit of the game, I believe. Randy Elliott. Here's the pitch to Elliott. It's a 26. 26 against the lefty is a base hit. So muscles one through the infield. And will Newman go to third? If the right fielder's arm is a W, and it's not, so he's going to stop at second. So the nice thing about this game is it incorporates the base runner speed. It incorporates balls that are hit in a location where the base runner either advances the extra base or doesn't. But then it also incorporates the outfielder's arm as well. So it does a little bit of everything. It's a nice mix, and without forcing me to make calculations. I don't want to have to stop every time there's a hit and then look at the outfielder's arm, look at the base runner's speed, and decide, does he want to run and take the extra base? I don't want to do that every play, every single time there's a hit. I definitely don't want to calculate, was he being held? I don't want to calculate what part of the field the ball was hit. I don't want to make all those calculations all the time. Now, am I willing to make those calculations on a certain occasion, on a special occasion? Yes. But not all the time. And definitely you don't want it to be more than a D20 roll. Well, I want all those calculations to be done for me. I don't want to have to calculate it myself. Okay, because then I'm doing your job. If I have to calculate all the time, I'm doing your job. So you do the job, you can do all the calculations and give me a number. Is it 10% chance? Is it 20% chance? Is it 30% chance? And then tell me, okay, this is what you roll. You roll a D10 or whatever it is. Tony Armas, first and second. So the A's now have something going against Flanagan with first and second. It was Elliott with a base hit single, Newman with a single, and Tony Armas a power hitter. Here's the pitch, and Flanagan better be careful with Armas because he has good power. It's going to be a 6, and that is a 55. Oh, that's trouble. That is trouble for sure. And that is a deep drive off the bat of Armas. He gets a hold of that one, drives it deep to left center field. Back goes Kelly, back goes Bunbury. They look up, and that's out of here. 3-run home run. Tony Armas. What did I tell you? Be careful with Tony Armas. Hit 35 home runs. He led the team in RBIs and home runs. So now it's a 5-1 ball game. So Flanagan wishes he had that pitch back. Mike Heath, 61, that's a blank, and a 61 is a strikeout. One away. Flanagan gets him on a curveball. Here's Mario Guerrero. 44, it's going to be a line drive, base hit, center field. Played on a hop by Bunbury. Guerrero's on. Piccolo 0 for 1. He sacrificed and grounded out. It's a 42. 42 is going to be a ground ball second base. Fast runner. It's going to be a fielder's choice. Fast runner makes it a second. Guerrero is not fast, so he's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to be a 4-6 fielder's choice. 2 outs. And here comes David McKay. McKay batted .244 in half the season with the Oakland Athletics. That's a 42. 42 is going to be a blank. 42 is going to be a ball 4. So let's check Flanagan's. Flanagan can go 32, and he's at 27. Ricky Henderson. Here's a pitch. That's a line drive base hit. That may drive in another run. And F&A score, and Piccolo is an A, so he will score. Runner on first. F for A. McKay is what? McKay is an S, so he will not advance. So runners on first. That's an RBI single for Ricky Henderson. And stopping at second is Dave McKay. Dwayne Murphy, pitch from Flanagan. It's a 31. That's a ground ball. Base hit. Will that score another run? McKay's slow. No. Oh, wait. He does score. And then first to third, if left fielder has a W for an arm, and Kelly does, so that's going to allow single, runner scores, and Henderson, the speedy Henderson, is going to go to third. Excuse me. And that's going to be it for Flanagan. We're going to pull Flanagan. We're going to see. We're going to take a quick look at the box score to see who they used in this game. The score now is 7-1 Oakland. And Flanagan went the complete game in this game, and he pitched a complete game. He won the game. Let's go to the next game, see what happens. See who they bring in relief. And the next game is going to be a complete game as well, I believe. Yes, it's McGregor against Langford. So let's go to the game after that. The game after that is going to be Tim Stoddard, but I think Tim Stoddard is their closer. So let me go. Let me go back. Oh, let me go one more forward. Oh, this is a shutout. Somebody pitches a shutout. Steve Stone pitches a shutout in the following game. So we're having trouble finding a game where they used relief pitchers. They didn't use a lot of relief pitchers back in 1980, I'll tell you. All right. Hold on, I messed it up. 1980 Athletics. And then I'm going to game 63. I'm going to go one back for the Orioles. See if one back will help me find a relief pitcher. I usually do this before the games, but even the game before Steve Stone goes a complete game, let me go one before that. Just looking for a game where they bring in a relief pitcher. Again, Tim Stoddard comes in. But Tim Stoddard, I believe, is their ace. So the game before that, let's see. Maybe they win this one again. This is going to be a complete game victory by Sammy Stewart. Oh, 9-8 game. Okay, perfect. This game should have some. Yep. Paul Hartzell is going to come in. I got Tippy Martinez. Paul Hartzell is coming in. To replace Mike. It took me a while to do that. And we're going to get the crowd back into it. Let's see if we can find the crowd. Get them back into this. They're quiet with their team down 7-1 here in Baltimore. Paul Hartzell. It's a right-hander. He's going to be facing Jeff Newman. 7-1 Oakland. Now we're going to have to roll to see where Hartzell's at. And he is going to be a 5, which is going to be an A pitcher. All right, so that's an advantage for him. He's not very good. He had a 1.8 whip. Anything beyond 1.2 is not too good. All right, so it's going to be Jeff Newman versus the righty Paul Hartzell. Hartzell was 0-2 in 18 innings pitched. He pitched in 6 games. And here is the pitch to Newman. It's in the 6th inning. It's a 45. 45 is a ground ball to shortstop. Shortstop will go to second base, Dower, and that's going to retire the side. That's going to be Al Bumbry. Al Bumbry's coming up against Brian Kingman in the bottom of the 6th inning. Let's look at the scoreboard and set it up. It is 7-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Hey, Bears Den, how are you, brother? Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Here's Al Bumbry. He's 0-1 for 2 today. It's going to be Bumbry, Kiko Garcia, and Kenny Singleton. This game was played in 1980. It was, I believe, in June 1980. It's a 66. That's a drive off the bat of Bumbry, and that's going to split the outfielders. Bumbry's got good speed, but Dwayne Murphy plays it well off the wall and gets it in to hold Bumbry to a stand-up double. Leadoff double for Al Bumbry. Here's Kiko Garcia. Kiko Garcia is 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. Here's the pitch from Brian Kingman. That's a 32. 32 is a blank there. We look at Kingman, who is a beat, and that he gets lucky there, and that's going to be a popped up. Behind the plate, Mike Heath flips his mask away, avoids a couple of bats in the on-deck circle, and makes the catch. Kenny Singleton. He's a switch hitter batting from the left side. Brian Kingman checks the sign. Sets and deals. It's a 53 is a range play. So if we got 1-3, 1-3 is a strikeout, and we get a 6. So it's going to be probably a ball that's in range of the third baseman. Third baseman today is McKay for the A's, and McKay is a 12 range, so he's going to pick that up. And if it's an even number, it's going to be with a runner on second. It's going to hold on that. Going to hold him there. They're down 7-1, so I'm not going to pull out a chart to figure out if he advances or he doesn't. He's at second base. He's in scoring position. Eddie Murray. Here's a pitch. It's a 45. 45 is a blank. On Kingman, 45 is a ground ball to second base. This retires the side. Piccolo throws out Murray. We go to top of the 7th. Randy Elliott leading it off. I got to go out. I forgot to put in, who did he face? He faced Newman. Paul Hartzell. I don't think I wrote in Hartzell. I found him. I used him, but I don't think I was in the 6th inning. Excuse me. There's Newman. So Hartzell came in there. And home. Excuse me. I'm making a change. All right, should be good now. Hartzell should be in there. I forgot to write him in, and he's not in there. Let's go back. Why is he not in there? He should be in there. Let me see if I did this right. Let's check. Edit, 6th inning. Okay. Top of the 6th. Huh. So he came in to face Newman, and he got Newman grounded out to short. Just didn't kick into the game yet. Flanagan cannot be in there. Okay, well, I fixed it. Okay, so it's going to be Paul Hurtsell versus Randy Elliott. Here's a pitch in the top of the seventh. That is an 11. It's a strikeout. So Elliott strikes out looking, one down. Tony Armas, 7-1 in the top of the seventh. It's a 31, and that is a blank. We go to Hurtsell, who's an A, and that is a base hit, left center field. Bumry gets it in, so Armas is on. And next is Heath, 1 for 3 today. Mike Heath. So 51, that's going to be a potential KD. Hurtsell is going to be a 1-2. LON, we strikeout. There it is. So we don't have to look for the error. And now it's Mari Guerrero with 2 outs. And it's a 42. 42 is a blank. Hurtsell, 42 is going to be a wild pitch. And to second goes Armas. And that's ball 4. So Mari Guerrero walks just like that. 42. It's going to be base on balls, wild pitch base on balls. And here's Rob Piccolo. Here's a pitch. The 16. A 16 is a swing and a miss at a ball outside the strike zone, and that retires the side. Pat Kelly in the bottom of the seventh. 7-1 ball game. Here's a pitch from Brian Kingman. It's a 43. 43 is a blank, and 43 is a comebacker pitcher to the pitcher, and he flips to the. Now let's get. I don't know what's going on here. All right. Let me just check something real quick because I don't know. Let me check the home team. All right. Let me go back out. Okay. Hurtsell should have 2. He should face 2 batters at least. And let me go to the visitor now. I check the pitching for the visitor. Okay. All right, it's all good. Terry Crowley is up with a 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch from Brian Kingman. That's a 46. 46 is a ballpark card. Let's look at the ballpark. And the batter is a lefty, so we're going to look on the left side. And that is an 8. And that is a foul ball. So pull another card for Crowley. It's a 45. 45 is a blank. Kingman has an out there, and it's chopped to second. Piccolo, easy out. 2 down. And here's the Senseis. Doug the Senseis is 1 for 2. No, 0 for 2, excuse me. The pitch from Brian Kingman, it's a 12. And that 12 is going to be a fly to right. And Armas settles under it, and that retires the side. We go to top of the 8th. Let's check the scoreboard. Just have to move the inning. 7-1, top of the 8th. The A's are up. Dave McKay is leading us off. Here's a pitch from Hurtsell. Hurtsell can go 16 batters in relief. It's going to be a 53. That's going to be a range play. 1 or 2, and it's a strikeout. Another strikeout. Look at that. So when you roll that KD roll, you don't have to worry about looking up the error. And 1 out, Ricky Henderson, who's 2 for 4 today. He's got a couple RBIs. It's a 35 this time. That's a blank on Hurtsell. It's going to be a base hit. So that's a 3rd hit for Henderson today. Next is Dwayne Murphy. We're looking in the 8th inning. That's a 14. A 14. If it's on the ground, it's an automatic double play. And no, it's a fly ball. Bumbree hauls it in. 2 outs down. Here's Jeff Newman, who's 2 for 4. Here's a pitch at 24, and that is a potential hit by pitch, and it won't be. It needs a 1 or 2 for that split die. That's a fly ball against center field. This time, Bumbree has to go after it, and he tracks it down. So Newman drove it in left center field, and Bunbury ran it down. So the bottom of the eighth, 7-1 A's. The A's with 13 hits, no errors, 8 left on base. The O's 1 run, 4 hits, no errors, 3 left on base. It's Rick Dempsey now. He's 0 for 1. He's an ex-Yankee. I know him as a Yankee. Here's a pitch from Kingman. It's a 31. That is a ground ball base hit to the left side. Rich Dower next. 51. That's going to be a KD check, and Brian Kingman's going to have a 1-3. Oh, and he got another strikeout on KD check. It's like the third one in a row, I believe. All right, so Dower strikes out. And here's Al Bunbury. Pitch to Bunbury. It's a 36. 36 is a blank for Kingman. It's going to be some sort of an out. He's a lefty, so it's going to go to first base. And with a run around first, it's going to first baseman flips to Kingman, who covers 3-1. And that allows Dempsey to go to second with 2 outs. Kingman checks the sign, sets and deals. It's a 24, and that is a fly ball to left. Can of corn for Henderson. That retires the side. We go to the top of the 9th. Herzl's still in there. Randy Elliott, the batter. So 42. 42 is going to be a fly ball left field. Pat Kelly settles under it. Armas is 2 for 4 today. He's got a 3-run homer and a single. It's a 65. That's a deep drive off of Hartzell. So Armas gets a hold of one, leans into one, drives it deep to left center field, and that ball is out of here. Second home run of the day for Tony Armas. Mike Heath is next. It's 8-1 now, Oakland A's. And Mike Heath with a 34. 34 is a blank, but we go to Herzl, and that's going to be a line drive base hit, center field, played on a hop by Bunbury. See how many Herzl has gone. He can go like 16. He can do a lot, but he's gone 5 there, and he's gone 4 there, and that's 7 and 5 is 12. So you can still go 4 more. Mario Guerrero with 1 out. The pitch from Hartzell. It's a 22. Maybe a single, or it could be an out. It's going to be a fly ball left field. On the run is Kelly, and he tracks it down. 2 down. Rob Piccolo. Piccolo today is 0 for 3. Here's a pitch from Hartzell. It's a 61. And that is going to be a fly ball, center field, lined out to Bunbury. He's right there to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Scoreboard check. Bottom of the 9th. It's 8-1, the home run. The second home run of the day for Tony Armas. So very realistic. Armas, who hit 35 home runs, should get 2. And it's going to be Kenny Singleton, the pitch from Kingman. Brian Kingman. Let's check Brian Kingman. Kingman can go 32. Let's see how many he's got. He's got 27, 28, 29. So he can go 3 more. As long as he doesn't give up any hits, he'll be fine. And here goes. It's a 14. 14 is off the bat of Singleton to short. And no, it's the second baseman who comes up with it. Called it a little bit too soon. 1 away. Eddie Murray. Pitch from Kingman. Going for a 5-hit complete game. See if you can get it. 56. 56 is a blank. Kingman is a strikeout. So Eddie Murray swings and misses at a Kingman curveball. And here's Pat Kelly. Left-handed hitter. Pat Kelly's 1 for 3. He's singled. And the pitch from Kingman going for a complete game as a 35. 35 is a blank. Under Kingman is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, Piccolo. Sidearms it to first. Ball game over. Brian Kingman goes a complete game, gives up 1 run. He's going to pick up the win. The loss is going to go to Mike Flanagan, and the A's pick up a nice victory here in the first game of a 2-game set at Baltimore. In Baltimore. So Brian Kingman gets the best of the O's. Tony Armas gives him the offensive support that he needs. And that was a nice game, easy peasy game, clean. And the A's, they improve their record to 6-7 from the time that I'm managing them for these 16 games. This is a project with 6 other managers, and we're all playing 32 games. One set of managers splits 16 games apiece, and we're going to have the stats and the data for you as soon as we finish this out, and we'll look and see how the team did in terms of ERA, in terms of team batting average, in terms of home runs in general for the season, which I think is a good way to gauge. Just to have some initial anecdotal information, and I hope to continue to do this every 6 weeks. Have a new season that we can do. So this is CP Cards and Dice saying thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Check out Fall Classic Baseball. It has a buy 2 PDF, get 1 free for the month. I think there's still a few more days. I'm going to pick up something myself before the month is over. Try it. It's a good game. It's a fun game. You can actually try this out for free on their website. They have a free download of cards and a free download of the rules as well. So you can actually play this. I did that before I bought it last year. I actually downloaded it, but I had some issues with my printer. My printer was giving me trouble. So that's it. This is CP Cards and Dice. The Oakland A's win it by a score of 8-1. You can see that there. Let's move this over here a little bit. The A's win it by a score of 8-1. Brian Kingman gets the victory. Mike Flanagan gets the loss. And we got one more game in this section, the 16-game set that I'm replaying, and then I go to another 16-game set. So I will continue to play the A's, but it will be a different set of games later on in the season, because we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same guy doesn't go back, doesn't start. Oh, actually, I think he does. Actually, I think the same. I think I was 4th in the list. Anyway, CP Cards and Dice, Fall Classic Baseball. You have any questions, require any tutorials, let me know. I'm here. Take care.